Yo, what's up, Des? And let's see, I think one other person. Hello, friends. Nope. Oh, two people now. Okay. Just like wandering around my room looking for something right now. Hold on. There it is. Let's see, who else we got? Puppy Squisher. It's an evil name. Just going around squishing puppies. That ain't cool, man. We got the Erky. He didn't like it. He didn't like the smack talk. Alright, give me a second to get situated here. I think, let's see, how long we've been practicing. A little over 10 minutes. Wait a little bit longer, see how many more people we can get, and then we'll get this underway. Got Dez in the building. A few other people I don't recognize. Just got a little warm up going. Having a hard time deciding between bumper cam and hood cam these days. Both are both each have their pros and cons. Oh my god. Forgot where I was going for a sec. It's been a while since I've driven Fuji. That's why I picked it. Gotta brush up on the skills. Been like, what, at least a week, I think. Not a little less since I played this game. So forgive me for being a little rusty off the start here. Also, I kind of forget how to drive this track. to be completely honest. Again, that's why I picked it. Don't like being stuck in a comfort zone. Plus, no one ever picks this track during track voting. I like this short, quote-unquote short layout a little bit more. I don't really like the chicane on this track. A comment I saw, I think on YouTube, that stuck with me was, someone put a go-kart track in the middle of Fuji. What the heck? Something like that. Okay. That was too much. Let him go by. Kill this penalty. Alright, let's see if we can't get 8 people. It's a good amount of people for a race. I swear every time I start it though, beginning of these lobbies, right when I start it, like 8 more people will join. So I try to be as patient as possible. A little late. What's up, Chris? Sounds good, man. As much as I like this version more, I'm not used to the braking points without the chicane there. Whatever you want to call it. It's not really a chicane, it's more like a, I don't know, a detour. TCJ, what's up, man? Did everybody have a good 4th of July? I definitely did. And Canada Day wasn't too long before that, so... Canadian friends, you are not forgotten. What's up, Josh? Uh-oh. Missed that apex by light years. And that one. These guys know we're starting soon. I'm all scared to go wide there now. A little early on the brakes. Just trying to smooth it out. Totally messed that up. Dang it. Alright, let's try one more lap. The start of this one will be a little compromised, but that's alright. What's up, Daniel? Food coma. I didn't eat that much food. I just got pretty schwasty. Many Coronas were had. So I'm feeling the effect of that. It's not that great. You're not missing much. It's just a cheap beer. Helps to have a lime. Oh, come on. I like the last corner. It's tricky in a good way. I think this track gets a lot of hate, but I'm a fan. I'm not the fastest here, but I enjoy it. All right. I'll let the last group of folks about to come across the line, let them finish their lap. Correction, I hate how I handled the last turn. Yeah, it's a tough one to get right, especially with tire wear. Oof. Understeer city. Oh, contact. Just like try to stay as far away as I can. Cut. I'm not sure what the track limits are there. I think I got away with it though. Good to know. Hello, cone. Too late. That's my problem corner on this track, I think. Can never get that one right. I mean, I can, but often I mess it up. Get down. Not that way. Alright, Josh, take care, man. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, man, have a great weekend. 4th of July. Gotta celebrate in one way or the other. In one way or another. Ooh. Good save from Bill. His car snapped pretty hard there. Kind of surprising, but that Supra does have quite a bit of power. He was not happy about it though, I guess. See you later, Bill. Dude, the Cards fan going at it up here. I'm just trying to keep up. Oh, he might have had an issue. Bill is back. Oh, womanizer. Or wormanizer. Haven't seen you in a minute. Good to see you, man. may have noticed that I'm not doing timed races, at least not this time. And that's because, quite frankly, I'm tired of the way this game handles timed races. If you don't finish, or if you don't cross the line before the timer ends, then that's it, that's the end of your race, and I don't like that. If the leaders cross the line, and you're still on that last lap that they were on, and you cross the line after the timer's out, it should be, that's the last lap, your next lap, if that makes sense. Probably not the best explanation, but I think you know what I'm trying to say. So yeah, I'll just try and guesstimate how many laps is a 10-minute race. But in the lobby title, I set it to like, alright, the title is, I think says 10 to 15-minute races, because I'm not too sure. I'm not that well versed in lap times to know like what's the right amount of laps to do for a 10-minute race, so. I'll do my best. I'm a beginner. You are fast. Can I send you a friend request? Cardsman taking that wide line, trying to get all the speed he can. It's a close race in between these two. I'm just a spectator right now. Look at, he's squeezing him so hard. Oh, I missed my braking point. Whoa! Not like this! I was actually expecting at least a second there, but I'll take that. There we go, that was a line. There we go. A little better. Nope. Oh, that's gonna be a cut. I was committed though. Really? No penalty for that? What? cut in too early there. We make it work. Good race. Five. Mr. Five. Senor Cinco. Let these guys hop in and then we'll do a track vote. Today. There we go. Major. A track that should be real, let's be honest. But I think it might not pass many safety regulations. Who knows? Choker! I like the chrome finish on the red. It's a nice touch on the Gazoo livery. It's pretty cool. The Jag. The Stang. Now, I'm not usually a fan of Monster Hoonigan liveries, but that was pretty cool. It's different. RS01. Love this car. Alienware livery. what's up, man? Woo! Just barely kept that on there. That's a pretty clean AMS livery. I like that one. Suits that Supra. Alright. Let's see what we got. Alright, I'm gonna set a lap. Let's see what else we got out here real quick. We got a Lambo. A Hyundai. Joka in the Merc. Gordon in the Mustang. Got an F1 out here. There's a bunch of different cars. Ooh, an SLS. Jugi in the Ferrari. Hey, the RCZ. Looks to be a nice, yeah, I like that livery a lot. That's nice. Chris in the Jag, Ricky in the Ferrari, Des in the FT1 now. Oh wait, he was already in that, never mind. Alright, let's set a lap. I think I'm gonna stick in the Aston for this one as well. I just like the way this thing drives. It's not the fastest, but it drives well. Marvin, thanks for dropping by, dude. Hope you are having a good day as well. Hope you had a good 4th. You streaming some GT4 tonight? If you're unaware, Marvin has been doing a GT4 playthrough, which is always fun to watch. Love that game. Gran Turismo 4, of course. I don't think there's many other games with that suffix. I'm trying to think of one. Or acronym, I think that's the right word, not suffix. Yeah, man, I had a great 4th, thanks. Good to hear you had a good one as well. I should have gave some space. Bits of a wiggle. time to look at chat. Totally missed that. Why do I always pick the worst times to look at chat? I am such a bad streamer. Alright, now look at chat, you doofus. I'm doing a stream later today, just crossed the 25% mark, felt it went by fast. I feel like the first, maybe the first 50% goes by kind of quick, but after that I feel like it's like, okay. When am I gonna finish this game? That could just be me though. Yeah, longer races, usually they can be a bit tougher as well. I mean, the license tests are no joke, obviously, but it's just like, man, this is a long game. Like, in that era, I know games were tougher for the most part, but as far as, like, length, I never finished that game as a kid. Only later in life did I ever have the dedication to actually 100% that game. And I still don't think I actually have. I tried to get close, but I still don't think I've actually 100%ed it. I'll have to do that one day. One day when I get a PC, that'd be a fun thing to stream. I love the old Gran Turismo games. What's up, Andrew? No worries, man. It was a fun race. In typical PD fashion, I had some people who were invisible for me, and I think the broadcaster, whoever was broadcasting the race on, I think it was Twitch. I don't think they could see me, or I mean, I think they could see me, but I wasn't moving on their screen, so. In typical Dib fashion, I was causing a bunch of problems. But it was a good race regardless. Had a good time. A lot of familiar faces in the race. It was good to see all those fellas racing. Alright, I think everyone finished their lap. Let's go. And yeah, 7-minute quali will probably end up being more like 10 minutes because I'm on California time. Oh, I kept it at 7 laps. This might be a lengthy race, but that's all right. I just realized I probably should have bumped it down to 6, but that's okay. It was a good track. +7 is a good number. Yeah, man, it was a good time. Oh shoot, I totally forgot it was a what'd you call it? A false start check. Well, there goes my grid position. Let's last to first challenge. Here we go. I'm a beginner. Contact. Deffy. Everyone hiccuped there for a second. I hope my internet is alright. The stream seems to be okay, so hopefully that was just the server. That was tough to give space and also keep going as fast as I could. That was tough. having the outside there seems to be the better place to be. Going 2x2 there is not ideal, but it was fun. It's a pretty close grid. Stop. Trying to think of like what's good advice for lap 1. My strat on lap 1 is always just to stay as far away from trouble as I can. I know that sounds easier said than done, but I always find that, I mean, of course, if you get a good hole shot, like, you should just keep pushing. But for me, especially with that kind of start where I totally messed it up, I think just being patient is the best thing you can do, because lap 1 is where most incidents happen. So I think if you can just stay out of trouble, then you should be okay. I always just try and give people plenty of space, because there's usually two kinds of driving styles on lap 1, and it's balls out or super conservative. And I usually go for the latter. Might not always end up, like, especially in FIA, it might not be like the best strategy, but in terms of not dying, might be the best way to go. I totally am gonna kill someone here. Sorry. I thought I broke early enough, but I think I might have had quite a bit of slipstream there. I was not ready for that. Well, this race has really gone down the drain. Let's see if we can pick ourselves back up. I saw that, Dez. I don't think there's much you could have done about that, because those guys collided in front of you, and then you got the short end of the stick. That was just bad luck, man. Also, why did I turn to the left to avoid? Should have gone to the right. Whoever that was I hit, I'm sorry about that. I came in like a wrecking ball. I feel like if you're gonna sing that song and you can't sing, you have to make it sound as awful as possible. I apologize for your ears. I can actually kind of sing when I want to, but for the most part, no. Especially with a hangover like I have right now. Whew. See, now I feel like I braked exactly at that point, but I'm sure I didn't. And that felt like early. Whoa. Car got super unsettled there. They bring American Idol. I think they did bring American Idol here one year. What's the song that everyone sings? Oh yeah. Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound. American DJ idols. That might actually be a thing one day. DJs are the new rock stars. As much as purists or whatever you want to call them hate it, it's a thing. Just look at what's his friggin' Marshmello. Just look at Marshmello. I hate that whole whatever you want to call it, but it is what it is. No offense to any Marshmello fans out there. I'm sorry your taste is so bad though. It's like sports, man. If you can't joke about music taste, then what's the point? Like the kind of music I listen to, I could crack jokes about all day because it's too easy. I wasn't sure if he was trying to come back on or not. Would have given me more space, but I thought it looked like he just gave up. Hey, Papa. Yeah, this is an open lobby. Feel free to hop in, man. I feel like Marshmello is kind of an easy target, though. If you don't know what I'm talking about, feel free to just tell me to shut up, but... the guy literally makes music for children, in my opinion. In my humble opinion, which is not so humble at all. I don't mean to come across as like a music elitist. I'm just so tired of seeing crappy DJs do well. Crappy producers at that. Oh, that was a line. So I'm like scared to brake late there because of my incident earlier. I think it was just the slipstream that caught me off guard. I wonder if that'll be a penalty. Usually you can get pretty far out there without getting one. Oh! Can I save it? Can I save it? Can I save it? Yeah. Not dead. Ooh, understeer. That was a lot of understeer. There's no way I was making that one. Oh, you're making me hungry, Papa. I just realized after I started this stream, I'm gonna be hungry in like a couple hours. I like to do longer streams, but that's all right. Try and do a reasonably length stream today, but a man's gotta eat. I think I'm just not. I'm so used to driving. I've been playing a lot of Assetto Corsa lately, and I'm so used to not having to use like the whole travel of the brakes unless it's an emergency. Whereas in this game, you usually, like, at least on my pedals, you use pretty much the whole travel of the brakes, because you're, well, for one, the ABS in this game is OP as hell. And, yeah, basically what I'm trying to say is my braking is probably not going to be the best, because I'm used to braking in Assetto, which is cough, cough, much more realistic, cough, cough, but there's no denying that this game is much more accessible and there's a lot more people playing it, and the racing can be really good, so that's why I always end up coming back here. But really, I'm starting to get a little, what's the word? I don't know if there's really a word for it, but I'm really leaning towards the sim side of racing these days, and Gran Turismo is like halfway there, of course, but it's just like I don't like having to drive on the edge 100% all the time. I like, me personally as a driver, I find myself quicker in like longer races because I'm more of a I'm way more consistent than I am fast. So I think that's why I'm starting to lean towards that way, but I still love this game. It got me back into, I don't want to say back into, ever since Forza 4 was when I was like, that's when I got really into online racing, but this game, I guess, reignited it in a much more competitive sense, I guess you could say. So, and plus I've made so many cool friends here, it's hard not to come back and race with you guys. What's cool is to see my Gran Turismo friends moving with me to other games like Assetto. That's my favorite. Seeing people be like, what is this simulator you speak of? Living dangerously. AK Pastor Maldonado, yeah. Or Maldonado. I always say Maldonado. I bottled that race really badly, so let's just forget that one ever happened. and yeah. Funny thing is, I wasn't that hungry before I started the stream, but once I started the stream and started driving, my hunger just started creeping up on me like a damn ghost or something, man. It was like, hey, now you're hungry. It's like, man, I wanted to race. To be fair though, my eating schedule is not normal. I just eat when I'm hungry, which is usually like 2 times a day. I can't do the 3 full meals a day, that's not me. I just never have a plan for my eating, which I don't know if it's healthy or not, but I've definitely lost quite a bit of weight eating that way. I'm no nutritionist. I'll have to ask Mr. Z28. Is everybody in here? Okay. Wasn't sure if anyone joined last minute. Oh my god, I know. The daily races have been super repetitive. I mean, I made a an Australian account because I wanted to do more daily races without losing a bunch of DR. And man, ever since I started paying attention to it, the races are just, it's like the same thing every week. I don't mean that literally. I mean it like, I should say it's like the same every other week. Like every other week is pretty much the same thing. It's like, come on. You have quite a bit of tracks and quite a bit of cars to choose from. I don't mind like Group 3 being like a go-to class. It's probably the best class in the game in my opinion as far as like good racing goes. That's not the problem. It's mainly the track selection. It's like it's either Suzuka or Interlagos or Le Mans. Like, come on. I mean, those are all good tracks, but not that good. Not good enough to pick them as often as they do. That's just personal opinion. That's a matter of opinion, though, so that's not really fair to say. It's just the repetitiveness is hard to ignore. This is a good selection, though. I was not expecting a bit of Saint Croix. Hopefully, we do some Sardinia or Sardegna. Should have voted for it last round. I haven't done much of the. I've done B and C. And I've done a little bit of A, but I definitely haven't done them backwards yet. I want to try that out. But I figured we'll do track voting today because I'm feeling lazy today, so I'll just let you guys choose. What's up, Joka? Good to see you, man. You gonna skip this race? That's no problem, man. I'm probably not gonna be very fast here, to be honest. I don't really drive here very often, but I do enjoy these tracks. The one I drive the most out of Saint Croix, or Saint Croix, I don't know why. Someone says Saint Croix. It just makes me want to say it that way. I don't think that's how you say it, though. I think it's Saint Croix. But anyways, I think the one I drive the most is probably layout C. That one I know the best. This is A, right? Oh no, this is B, okay. Oh yeah, that's right. B is like the smoothest. Or at least I see it like the... B has the best flow to it, I think. A and C are more like... they have like... They feel much more like city circuits, I guess. In the sense that it's like a lot of... it's a very technical track. Whereas this one has much more of a flow to it. It feels quite a bit more natural. So that's always good for someone who doesn't really know it that well. But let's switch up the cars here. Probably should stick to like maybe one or two cars. But I like variety, so we're gonna pick something. Screw it, we're taking the Lambo out. If I can get it out there, that is. I don't think I realized how hungover I was until I started Not even racing, just trying to set up a lobby. I was like, ugh. Don't drink, kids. It's no bueno. What's new, Joka? Just living life? Tire wear is only on ×2, but I still like to take it easy on the outlet. Save as much rubber as possible. Also let people by. Don't like being in the way. Oh, like that. Didn't realize there was another car right behind him. Are we all on our outlap here? I was gonna say, go ahead. I will stick to the back. Oh yeah, I remember where this goes now. Let me get that. Is this that? Oh, shoot. See, I always get kind of lost on this track because everything kind of looks the same. It's not like super mundane, I guess would be the word. But in certain parts, I'm like, wait, is it this turn or that turn? And it's funny because the scenery in on this track is actually pretty nice and serene, but sometimes I'm like, wait, where am I? Nothing new? That's alright. Nothing much new here as well. I always hate when people ask me that question and I have like nothing new to report. It always makes me feel like, man, what am I doing? But at the same time, you know, when you're my age, it's hard to do a lot when you're, you know, trying to save up money, trying to figure out what the hell you want to do with your life, you know. I see all these kids from high school and college going out traveling all over the world. I'm like, how the hell do you afford this? But then again, I'm not like the best at saving my money, so that could be a reason. Oh my goodness, I saw that coming. Alright, I'm just gonna start at the back. I forgot how long this lap takes. Yeah, rich parents. And to be fair, my parents have helped me out a lot over the course of my life, so can't really be like, oh yeah, freaking rich kids, you know, like my parents aren't rich, but they've helped me out quite a bit. So hats off to them. It's just, especially living in California, it's an expensive place to live, man. You really gotta count your pennies if you're not well off. It's tough. It's tough out there, man. It's tough. But that's why we all drive imaginary race cars, right? It's because we can at least pretend to be a rich race car driver. And that's not even necessarily to say that all race car drivers are rich. But I think we all know it's an expensive sport to get into. But anyways, let's have a race, shall we? I just realized I already did that. Should I say it again just to be annoying? Nah. I'll let whoever that is finish their lap right there. There they go. Alright. No surprise. Mr. Deaf Son on the top. The man is lightning quick. And there's no, I don't mean like TRL lightning, I just mean he's actually a super quick driver. I'd love to see Deffy get into, say like iRacing or something like that when GT Sport kind of fizzles out. I can imagine him being really quick in games like that. I think a lot of the drivers in GT Sport could go on to more simulation type games and be really quick. It would take some getting used to, of course, but there's so much potential for these guys. They are so fast. Watching the... speaking of which, I was about to say, watching the World Tour, can we get some... I don't like asking for Fs, because Fs always insinuate negativity, I feel like. But can we get some respect, however you want to pay your respects, whether it be an F or a heart or something for Deaf Son? If you haven't seen the World Tour, the most recent World Tour yet, and you haven't seen how he got absolutely destroyed in those races, and in the worst possible way. I don't mean like he got beat. I mean like he got rammed off the track multiple times, and he was in a position to do really well. It's heartbreaking, man, because Deffy puts a lot of time and effort into this game, and watching that happen, it was heartbreaking. Can we get some dibs in the chat? No, can we get some Deffies in the chat? Absolutely sending it up the inside. He pulled that off. What a move. I'm going to give that one to him. Damn. That was a move. Whoa, car got so unsettled there. I feel like I definitely haven't driven this track since the physics changed, so I'm way out of whack here. Man, I thought I was slow, but even with a hangover, I'm extra slow. Maybe I shouldn't have streamed today. Oh well. It's not like I'm streaming to be like, hey, look at me, I'm the best. I stream because it's fun. Whoa. Dip, 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 dive. Dip, duck, dive, dip, and dodge. Or no, dodge, dip, duck, dive, and dodge. Just drifting, you know? Just casually drifting. Oh yeah, Deffy just gets faster. I don't know how he does it. Like he was fast when I met him way back when, but now he's, like I said, he's lightning quick, man. it's gonna be tough to beat people like Cody and Igor and Mr. Lopez. Like, those three guys were on fire, but it's hard to ignore the dirty racing that goes on, man. It's kind of a shame, really. It's like, I don't want to say everyone that makes it to the World Finals is a dirty driver. That's absolutely not fair to say. There are plenty of clean drivers in that bunch, but some of those drivers are just insanely aggressive, and it's like, man, if we're trying to make sim racing, or whatever you want to call it, respectable, or marketable, whatever you want to say, we can't have that. Like, there's got to be clean driving. There's got to be consistent penalties. There's a lot that needs to be improved upon, especially with GT Sport. And I'm super happy to see, like, GT Sport getting a lot of notoriety and a lot of media coverage, and it's really awesome to see friends of mine up on the stage like that, given that they're all, but contact. Actually, I don't know if that was contact or people just losing it, but anyways, I'm really happy that it's at the point where it's at right now, that you got people like Igor that are like, I mean, I guess it's a little unfair because he actually races in real life, so he has that fan base already behind him. But to see like Igor and Nico and all these fast drivers have, like, reasonably big relatively big fan bases, it's crazy, man. This, like, 10 years ago, that would have sounded insane. Dang it, man. I tried to make that happen, but I broke a little too late. I'm trying to remember the last time I drove this track. I cannot remember. It's been months. It's fun. Like, this corner right here is insane. So I guess I broke too early there last lap, I think. Oh, I just realized we're doing 7 laps here. Oh my god. See, I'm used to having it set to 10-minute races all the time, so I'm not used to having to change the laps every time. I apologize. This is going to be a long race. But, I guess that's what I get for being a dumbass. Don't talk and drive. What? What am I gonna do? Just sit here in silence? I don't know, man. I can't do that. If I'm streaming, I have to... I could literally talk myself into the wall. And I don't really care, to be honest. This is just not my course. I'm gonna back out before it gets any worse from here. We'll just watch. Also, I chose the Lambo, and I just realized that I wasn't driving the Aston because I was using the bumper cam, which to be honest, I've mostly used the hood cam. But I'm trying to get used to the bumper cam because I miss having a rearview mirror. And yeah, that was probably not the best car to choose. That car is one of the most unforgiving cars in this game. I just really wanted to hear that V10. But I kind of felt like I was in the Audi, and the Audi is not as it's not as unforgiving. So I had a little bit too much confidence in that car, I feel like. No, it's I feel like I should. Oh, Pandy, what's up, man? I just realized. You want slow? Hold my beer. um, well, the thing is, sorry, I'm all over the place right now. I apologize. Um, the thing is with when I say I'm slow, you know, compared to these guys, which I swear most of the people that join my lobby just smoke me, and that wasn't always the case. So it's kind of discouraging, but it's all good, man. Like, I definitely don't play this game as much as I used to. I just try to have a good time. Yeah, that's fair, Pandy. This game it's hard to be like, okay, you know, it's hard to be like, how do I say this? It's hard to fully immerse yourself in a game that isn't fully realistic, I guess. If that's if if that makes sense. Like, I think even maybe just turning on light damage or even heavy damage, but I don't even think you have to go that far. Just having some sort of punishment for, you know, being too aggressive. Like, the most punishment you get for being too aggressive in this game is usually a slap on the wrist penalty, you know? And I mean, that's not always the case, but usually that seems to be the case. And that just doesn't really, you know, it's not gonna deter people from racing overly aggressive. I think there's probably a few different ways to go about it, and I'm probably not the best person to be like, do this, do that, I know everything. No, of course not, but I just feel like it's not that there's a lack of respect on the track. It seems like most of the guys get along for the most part, but I don't know, it's hard to say because I haven't actually been to one of those events. It would be easier for me to elaborate on this, I feel like, if I actually had that experience. But I don't have the dedication for it, so. Yeah, it'd be awesome to have you, Pandy. Good to see you, man. I know you're a busy boy. What's up, Yagami? And see, Papa, yeah, that's pretty much my mindset. That's why I have a hard time, like, being competitive in this game, is because I don't really care. I just like having a good race. But of course, I think when I first, you know, not first got into this game, but when I first started getting a bit competitive in this game, like, I had a little bit of that drive to go, like, to try and make it to an event. But especially nowadays, with the physics, they just keep changing, and, like, there's just so much controversy over this game these days. It seems like I can't dedicate myself to it. Although I really do tip my hat to the drivers that, you know, spend hours practicing. You know, they have a real passion for this game that maybe I sort of used to have, but for the most part haven't really ever tapped into. I just love watching, you know, the best of the best going at it. And I feel like maybe I know there's been quite a bit of talk about this too, but I feel like maybe the point system could use a little bit of adjusting, because I feel like there's a lot of fast people out there that don't really get a fair shot at making it to the events. That's why I like manufacturers a little bit more, is because it seems like the roster is usually a bit more varied. And plus, another thing with the live events that's just kind of a joke is putting everyone in N300 cars and not having a one-make race, having literally all the cars from that class and some from like even I'm not sure if this is right, but it seems like they stick cars from either lower or higher classes into whatever class that they're racing at the time, and it's just like, why not just do a one make? Like, your final event is a one make. Why wouldn't the races before that be a one make? You know, it doesn't make any sense to me. It really just, it's really not fair at all. Well, that was only a 15-minute race. I thought that was going to be a lot longer. And again, these guys are just balls fast, so no surprise there. Good racing, guys. Sorry I suck. I did my best. I really shouldn't have chosen the Lambo, though. I'm not good with that car. I just like the variety. I think you're right, 5. I haven't really thought about it that way, but you know what gets a lot of views? Controversy. Controversy. So you got a point there. You definitely got a good point there. Tiddly. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of one make races, especially in video games. In real life, it's tough to be like, okay, these cars are exactly the same, you know, because no car is the same in real life. But in video games, it can absolutely be completely equal. So why wouldn't it be? That doesn't really make sense to me. That they don't do one makes in the nation races. But it is what it is. It's still fun to watch. Alright, I'm gonna vote for let's try I haven't done A yet. But you guys can vote for whatever you want. That's the point of voting. As long as it's, you know, suitable for Group 3. I will not argue with the results. Yeah, I mean, ideally there would be like a Nations Cup car. But at the same time, it's nice to have variety, so I understand why they, you know, don't just stick to one car, but having maybe, you know, like a Nations Cup car for each class would be a possibility. And they don't necessarily have to add a new car. It could be one of the existing cars. "10 laps of Nürburgring." I don't know about that one, Chief. How long are the laps here again? Like 110, right? So let's do 9 laps. Alright, not the Lambo this time. Let's hop in the RCZ. I love this little car. This one I can drive quite better. Quite better. I mean, Pandy, most of the cars... He's like, just kidding. I think most of the cars that were good are still pretty good. One of the new cars that is absolutely dominating in the non-tire, non-fuel races is the Audi R8. And tire wear is only on 2 times and fuel is only on 1, so the R8 might be a good choice, but it still is a little oversteery. Still has that characteristic. It's not completely different now. Sorry, Billy, I didn't mean to stick on you. Crashed out there. I was just not paying attention. But yeah, I think there's a lot of changes that I'm not fully aware of yet either, so I'm not like the best person to give you advice on that front. I know that the Audi R8 and what is it, is it the Lambo? I know there's another mid-engine car that is quite a bit better after the physics changes. Yeah, I've never really been that good in the R8. I remember for CnF champs when I had the R8, that was not my best season. I'd say just kind of experiment and see what works out for you, because in the end, that's what it really comes down to, is personal preference. What's up, Mohammed? What's up, Callie? Good to see you guys. I'm doing pretty well. I'm just quite a bit hungover. Not so much as I was earlier in the day. Speaking of which, maybe I should just start drinking again. Maybe I'll feel a bit better. I just don't know if I'll drive any better. Look at these clowns. Wrecked. Absolutely wrecked. And that's it. Confirmed right there. Defson is a dirty driver. No, they're just messing around. What else we got out here? Let's see. What did Pandy go with? 911. Solid choice. That's a good car to warm up in. It's the usual suspects. We got some people in here though that I haven't seen in a while, like Joka and well, Pandy obviously, but let's see. I don't think Bill joins my lobbies every once in a while, but I usually see him in a sport mode. Krona's in here. Oh yeah, Wormanizer. I haven't seen him in forever. But yeah, let's set a lap. Oh yeah, no worries. Good to see you, 5 Signs. I'm glad you can race in my lobbies. I wish I could race in your lobbies. Well, that was a good start, wasn't it? Why am I so bad today? I think I know the answer, but I'm just gonna keep acting like I don't know why. Oh, I just realized someone was there. My bad. Didn't mean to mess up your lap. Alright, damage is gone. I have it on light damage, by the way, just a heads up. If you did not know. I just feel like there's gotta be... Since I don't have collision penalties on, there's gotta be some sort of punishment for crashing. Although I guess in this game, crashing in general is just kind of a punishment in itself. Without boost or whatever it is in this game, if it's a fast grid and you crash out, that's pretty much it for you. Maybe I should switch to hood cam. Might drive a little better because that's what I'm mostly used to, but I just hate not having a rear view mirror. Alright, 7th, I will take that. I think a blunt would hinder me quite a bit, actually. I don't think that is the correct answer. Especially a blunt, like, with that wacky tobacco. I don't know. I don't know. There are a lot of people in the pits right now. If you want to keep your spot on the grid, I suggest not being in the pits. Because I definitely went from 7th to 3rd somehow. And that can't be right. But if they want to start in the back, that's fine too. I understand, and I will just go ahead and start. The answer is beer. Yeah, that is. Or wait, the answer. The answer to what? Me driving like crap, or is that what I need to be better? Wait, does that guy have his windshield wiper on? How that? Dez, how you do that? Was that you, Dez? How do you turn your windshield wipers on? What the heck? I tried to turn on my TCS last minute. I did not succeed. Doogie coming in hot. Come on. Come on. Christoph. Good to have you, man. Not sure if I've seen your name in the stream before. If not, welcome. What's your PSN ID so I know who you are? From Germany, nice. Is that, that's probably not you up there, you're typing right now. And if that's you up there and you're typing and racing, that's damn impressive, sir. I doubt it, though. Oh. Well, sorry to meet you that way. That was absolutely not on purpose. My driving is a little out of whack today. One, I haven't really been playing this game much lately, and then two, I'm recovering from the 4th of July festivities. But I like a challenge. Ooh, too deep. Just like that, I've got a Deafy on my ass. What's that outside? Come on, stabilize. That was pretty good. The Pug holds its own here. Not too bad. If I was a bit better of a driver, I could probably be closer to the front. See what we can do, though. Defaulty. You just got the game. Well, welcome. See, that's the one thing about this camera view. I'm never really quite sure where my car starts or well, I obviously know where it starts, but where does it end? And I've heard you can use like the HUD to kind of you can kind of use that as a reference point. So like you see like right there. Let me see if I can explain or show it a little better. So like the edges of the speedometer and the tachometer are essentially where your car, are where the sides of your car end, if that makes sense. So like if I dip just the edge of, say, the speedometer in this case, like if I dip it just over the edge there, you can kind of get an idea of where your car is. I'm not sure if that makes sense, but it's kind of hard to explain, at least for me. It's one thing, oh, Erky. I think something happened. That's one thing I'm trying to get better at, is kind of explaining my thought process. It's something I've always kind of struggled with. It's a skill I envy. Because being a good teacher, or being a good, at least someone who's just giving you advice or whatever, that's a harder skill than you think. I'm not sure what's going on with Defi. Small wall tap. It's just a wall tap, bro. Too much. A bit too aggressive. Sorry, Defi, I think I broke a little early there. It's always nerve-wracking having someone quick behind you, because you're like, okay, if I brake too early, they're gonna slam in the back of me, because they always, not always, but they usually have their brake points down to a science. Alright, going defensive. Push from Defi, thank you, sir. Thank you, my dear sir. I think he's trying to give me another push there. Ooh, almost clipped the grass. No! Dang it. Good racing. Oh, come on, don't give it to me. Was that a mistake? I don't think so. Good racing, though. Fun stuff. Oh, is he gonna get me? Oh, that was close. That Supra is so fast. Fun race, fun race. A win is a win. I'll take it. I beat Defson. No, to be honest, I think he gave that to me. There's no way he went off like that. Yeah, that's another car. Well, the Supra's always been pretty quick, to be fair. I think just with the recent up, it is definitely one of the faster cars. Bye, Deffy. Bye, Erky. Bye, Street Weapon 31. Recognize that name. I'm 99% sure I've raced with him before. There's a lot of names to remember, man. Alright, everyone's on board for some Sardinia. I feel like at that track, especially, if you can stay consistent, you'll do well, because there's a lot of opportunities to like go off or to smack the wall on that track. So if you stay as consistent and clean as you can, then you're gonna do well. Unless you're in a lobby full of aliens or something. So I've done this one a little bit, but I want to learn it a bit more because I'm not quite... I mean, I'm not really comfortable on any of the new tracks, but B and C I've done more than the rest, so I'm glad we did some A. Once a couple folks hop out on the track, I'm gonna go take a quick break, because like Pandy said earlier, loads of water. Yeah, loads of water, so you want to drive faster to run to the loo. I think I'm gonna take that advice and go get some more water, because contrary to popular belief, water is, well, no, never mind, I shouldn't say that. But I feel like a lot of people don't drink enough water. Drink more water, folks. And Putt Putt is in the building. Just all the aliens coming out tonight. On my most, probably one of my, well, I guess I shouldn't say I just won a race, technically, but I don't really feel like I actually deserve that win, but I was gonna say all the aliens are coming into the lobby when I'm driving my worst. It's always how it is, isn't it? Alright, Des, no worries. Oh, I'm gonna suck here too, Pandy. Don't worry, we'll suck together. Giggity. Take that one out of context. I'd love to see, if anyone has the dedication, I'd love to see some clips from my streams taken completely out of context and see how weird and goofy I sound. A text message from me? Oh yeah, that's right. I got my aunt and uncle are in town. Or yeah, they're still in town. For the 4th of July, so I got to go say what's up to them at some point, either this evening or tomorrow. I think they might be leaving tomorrow, so I'll probably have to do that tonight. Shoot. We'll definitely do at least a few more races, though. I'm going to take a quick break, though. I will be back in like 5 minutes. I'm going to use the restroom, get some water, and then we'll get underway here. I'm going to leave you guys with... I'll leave you guys not with Pandy. He doesn't know the track that well. We'll stick with Krona here. I have a feeling he's probably already really quick here, so we'll watch him cruise around. Krona, if you're listening, do me a favor and don't leave the track so I don't come back to a messed up camera. And then, yeah, we'll get this started shortly. I'll be right back. What's up, Kaiser? Alright, I'm back. Let's see, how long we've been qualifying. That's not the button I'm looking for. There it is. Okay. I'm gonna use... Oh, Chris is back. wait for him to get queued up. I'm gonna use Alexis. This is usually a solid all-around car. Shouldn't be too bad for a noob on the track. That's okay. I'm not good at that course either. Alright, Chris is in. Let's go. You haven't tried Group 3 on this track? I don't think I have either, actually. I think when I did this track, it was a different class, and I don't even remember what it was. But I've definitely only done it once. The other two I've done at least a couple times. I feel like once I do a track at least 2 or 3 times, I should say, not like 2 or 3 laps, like 2 or 3 races, like decent length races, then I can say I know the track. But also depends on how technical and how long the track is, so it varies. But yeah, I'd say at least 2 or 3 times before you really know what you're doing. $50 here? Yeah, I think 50 there. Oh, I definitely don't need to brake that much. Not that early, maybe. Just trying to see what everyone else is doing. Okay, so 50. This one's tighter, right? Yeah, a little bit. It's got a late apex, though. Come on, Pandy. Shoot, I was definitely going to take him out if I didn't avoid that. Oh God. Forgot about that one. So this one's a hairpin for sure. I remember this. And this is the last bend, right? Yeah. It's a fun track. I prefer the other 2 layouts a bit more, but this one's still fun. I might enjoy it a bit more once I know it. Right now I barely know where I'm going. Like I should have been way more outside there. I thought it kind of curved in, but nope. Almost had it. That's a weird corner right there. That's hard to get right. So don't brake too late here again. 100. That was too early. Maybe not. Yeah, definitely not. I saw him brake late. I was like, oh, maybe I braked early, and then then nope. Oh yeah, this one. Oh, I forgot about it. Dang it. I always forget that one. So, probably third gear through that one. Or second even? I'm not too sure. We have to get closer to getting it right to find out. That can probably be taken flat out if you get it right. What's up, GTSV? Yeah, Kaiser, layout B is probably my favorite one. I love that layout. I'm not like super fast there yet or anything, but it's the most enjoyable in my humble opinion. Which again, I try to be humble, but if I'm not, please let me know. Like, if I'm ever being a complete asshat, please let me know. Because sometimes I think I'm being funny and I'm just being a dick. So I think that's an American problem. Okay, yeah, so definitely third gear through there, just less brake. Man, I don't know how the guys at the World Tour can learn a track, and I mean, I'm not too sure how much practice they get with the new stuff. I imagine they get at least, you know, a few hours of practice. Probably more, but I'm not too sure. But the fact that they can hop on a new circuit that they only raced for maybe, what, 2-3 days, and, you know, perform the way that they do, it's pretty insane. Hats off to that. I think that's something that doesn't really... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, I almost didn't make that. I think that's something that they don't get enough credit for, is learning new cars and new tracks in a matter of a couple days, and probably what I imagine to be at least a few hours of track time. Okay, can brake late there, but I don't know about that late. Pandy's doing great. Better than I. We both don't really know this track, so kudos to him for being relatively speedy. Whoa. See, that one tightens a whole lot. It's hard to, it's such a blind corner too, it's hard to be like, okay, that's where I need to turn in. I need to set like a mental like landmark for myself there to be like, okay, this is your braking point / turning in point. I'm so scared to go wide there because I absolutely bottled it through there the first couple times. I just realized we're on 9 laps again. Forgot to change the laps. I apologize. It's going to be a bit longer of a race than the last one. It's okay though. I need to learn the track. What better way to do it than nearly 10 laps of it? Keep messing up my line there. That section right there is really fun. It's a little bit better. Too early. See, I can still carry more speed through there than I think I can. Gave me the space. That was nice. Oh! Good catch. Caught some grass there. Sorry, Chris. I'm not sure how fast I can go through there quite yet. Plus, Pandy was on my outside. Oof. Not sure what happened to Pandy back there. Sorry if I messed you up, buddy. I'm a beginner. I'm not good at this course. Want to change the course? Want to go to lobby? Oh, I broke way too late. Oh, I was hoping to tap the wall there, but I just kept sliding. I'm trying going flat out here. Oh, easy. See, I'm trying to get that late apex, but it's tough. It's so blind. What's up, Ray? Don't recall seeing your name here before. If you're not new, I apologize, but welcome. Sorry, Chris. I didn't think you were actually gonna pull that off. Good save. Oh, I did it! I almost actually carried my speed through there. That's a tough corner. This track is actually pretty tough, but once you learn it, it has a really nice flow to it, to be honest. I still think B is my favorite layout, but I still haven't tried any of them backwards yet, so who knows, those could be the gems, any one of them. Oh, crap. I was reading a cloud. I was reading a comic cloud. What does that say? Show. Oh, we actually, we did Saint Croix, I said it again, Saint Croix. We did Saint Croix, I think it was A earlier? Or, I mean, B? Yeah, B. But, it's I'm doing track votes, so it's not really up to me. Although, I was the first one to vote last round, and it was this track, obviously. And then, like, everyone voted for it, so maybe I can sway the vote a little bit. But, oh, Group 1? Yeah, I'm not... Dude, I'm way too slow today for Group 1. We're doing a Group 3 lobby, my friend. I'm way too hungover for Group 1. I can imagine that being fun, though. I like Group C, or, Layout C, St. Croix. Yeah, Freedom Day, my dude. I had to express my freedom to get absolutely smashed. If you're not a drinker, more power to you. I don't mean just you, Cloud. I mean in general to anyone watching. If you're not a drinker, that's probably one of the best decisions you've ever made. I'm not much of a drinker either, but sometimes you just gotta send it. No worries. I wish I had emotes for my channel. Like, I wish you didn't have to subscribe or become a member or whatever to have emotes. I feel like the Kappa and the LOL and the, what's the other? Oh yeah, like the Hi Guys Like, all the standard Twitch emotes should be standard emotes at this point. They're so universal. Yeah, it's a tricky circuit, but I think once you learn it, it's actually got a pretty nice flow to it. But it's actually it's quite technical. It's got late apexes, it's got blind corners, it's got not like a whole lot of room on the track. It's not necessarily a skinny track, but there's not room for more than, I'd say, 3 cars to go side by side. Yeah, it's a tricky one. But now we're back to the classic GT Sport track. Good old Seaside. Nine shootings in 6 hours. Jeez, that is crazy. I don't like to get political, but I hate that crap, man. I'm not like a person who's like, there should be no guns, but something's got to be done, right? It's just kind of crazy, man. But I've never really had much experience around firearms. My parents don't really like them, but I understand. I don't know. I don't want to get political. Like I said, I don't really like it, and it's not really necessarily a political thing to talk about. It's just, it's very, it's a very, I guess, debatable subject. But let's not get into that. Let's just say it sucks that people die. Or even if they, even if a victim doesn't pass away, the fact that they get shot, whether they deserved it or not, man, it's just so brutal. But then again, thinking back to like history class, most of the stuff we learned about in history class is people killing each other. So it is what it is. It's just, in this day and age where, for the most part, most places are pretty peaceful, it seems like it really shouldn't have to be a thing. But then again, how are people going to protect themselves? It's such a hard thing to, be like, this is the solution, I think the biggest problem is that there's more guns than people in this country. That statistic right there freaks me out. But again, no need to get political. You guys are more than welcome to debate, just keep it civil. But I don't see anyone saying anything, so that's perfectly fine too. I love this Peugeot, man. It's such a cool little car. Alright, let me set a lap. What should I use here? Let's use the vet. thing is, like, we use, I don't want to say we use games as an escape, but it is kind of true. Just kind of want to get away from all the BS that life throws at you. So talking about politics or stuff like guns and shootings, it's just like, save that for later. But yeah, that statistic right there, Chris, that's crazy. I hadn't heard about that. It's funny though. I mean, it's not funny, but it's interesting, I should say. How, at least for me, Detroit. When I think of Detroit, I think of techno and house. Well, Chicago's more house, but we'll say house and techno. And I think of that movement and how, you know, how unifying that movement was. But there's also a dark side to Detroit, as with almost any city, I suppose. But yeah, that dynamic is strange. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how much of the technos. I mean, I know it's still there, and a lot of the people I follow are trying to keep it alive and well, and they're doing a pretty damn good job, to be fair to them. I've never visited, but I'm always seeing events and really cool videos and images from Detroit house and techno events. But yeah, I always think of Detroit as, at least for me, like a music city. Even if it's not house or techno, it's, you know, there's a lot of music there. And to me, music and violence just doesn't go together. So it's strange how that works. I'd really love to visit, though. Because that's where a lot of the roots of the music I listen to came from. The RS01 is underrated, for sure. It's a quick car. I'll let these guys oh, he said his lap in the Aston Martin. The RS01 though, it's not a slouch, that's for sure. Once he hits that little kink. Alright, perfect. Let's go. Pandy. I'm rocking. Ooh, the Corvette gets a good launch. that torque, baby. Oh shoot, that hop killed me. Well, I might have to go down in the fourth for that. It was a terrible chicane. Go defensive. I don't feel like it. Sometimes going defensive can just slow you down more. It's better to just give up the position and then get that ideal line. Come back at him on the exit like that. Oh no. I think I might have been able to use more track than I thought there. I thought he was right alongside me, but he's a little farther back. Ooh, I think he caught some grass or something. Shouldn't have been able to take him like that. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure I can do 5th gear through there. Did not get the line right on the first lap. Womanizer in the pits? Is that a mistake? I'm not sure why he went into the pits. Yeah, it must have been a mistake. Oh, I forgot to change the laps again. My bad. I'm so bad at this. To be fair, though, I've been doing timed races for most of my GTS career in the lobbies. That is. Don't worry about it, Pandy. It's all good, man. None of you should feel bad for causing any disruptances. It is just a lobby. There's no stress. I mean, unless someone like took out the entire field. I'm gonna have no issues. Like, not deliberately, that is. Assuming that none of the contact is deliberate. Which, of course, from you, Pandy, of course not, but I'm speaking in general. I feel like I could drive this track in my sleep. I've driven it so many times. It's amazing what repetition, what it can do. That's the thing though, I am a person who needs variety. So as much as I love this track, I'm getting a little tired of it. Like, seeing it in the dailies all the time is super frustrating. It's like, you guys just released 6 tracks, and you're gonna go with the very first track in the game? Okay. Like, what? I would not be upset if race A was like, you know, let's say if race A was layout A, race B was layout B, and race C was layout C of the new tracks. Like, why not? It's a new track. I mean, maybe that would upset some people, but I think that's way better than picking, you know, Suzuka every other week. And I feel like putting the X29 as a one make for race C, that's a ballsy it's a ballsy choice. Most people are not really, you know, not really gonna be able to handle that car. Probably including myself. I've only driven it one time and I was like, okay, no thanks. Putt is coming for me. Oh, he scared me. I thought he was gonna hit me, but props to him. He barely tapped me at all. I just kind of gave up. I was like, oh, he's hitting me for sure. I think he's a lot faster than me, I think, so he probably was not ready for my braking point. Although I feel like, I don't know. I kind of, that turn right there actually is one of my weaker turns on this track. I'm never quite sure where to brake. I still haven't, you know, been like, okay, this is the spot I'm braking at. Because, I'm trying to think, or no, to check next time. I'm trying to remember if there's even brake markers there. I'm sure there are, but they might be kind of out of view. Man, 9 laps. It's a lot longer than I thought it would be. So I got 3 more to go. Apologies for forgetting to change the laps. Yeah, see, that's my problem. If I brake, I always feel like I nail the braking point, and when I do, I always end up going a little too wide on the exit of the end of the chicane there. But when I brake too early, I feel like I get good speed coming out. Or not even too early, just like a little bit early. I feel like you get good speed coming out of there. Oh, he's gonna get me here. I'm gonna go wide. Yep. Dang it. That's a tough section right there. It's easy to do that. Ooh, that dirty air. I feel like dirty air has been exaggerated way too much in this game. And well, it's probably just because the slipstream in this game is way too exaggerated. Oh, he hit the... No, putt-putt. We were having such a good race. That's a big old sad face. I was looking forward to the last couple laps. Trying to catch up, or at least trying to keep up. Chase Cam Pleb. What a name. I think that means how many laps? If you're listening, Mr. What was that? I already forgot your name. I'm terrible. I'm the worst. 2 more laps if you're listening, though. 2 voltas. It's all good, Pandy. I don't think anyone is upset. Like I said, it's just a lobby. No stress. I gotta change that greeting. I missed the greeting. What was it? I'll have to look. Yeah, I hear ya. I just personally I can't take it that seriously. If someone messes me up, I'm not gonna go cry about it in a lobby, you know what I'm saying? If it was like in sport mode, sure. I probably shouldn't be on the phone, but it's a lobby, man. It's all good. It's all good. Hey, we're gonna finish just under 15 minutes. Nice. It's not as long as a race as I thought it was gonna be. I thought we were gonna get past the 15-minute mark. I will not forget to change the laps this next race. That's my bad. Definitely. Putt-Putt had a great run in that Mackie. He unfortunately clipped the wall on the chicane of death. But he was making his way back up. He's definitely quick as hell on that thing. Where's I'm a beginner? There it is. Seaside again, huh? Depending on the track, I'll what? No, we're not doing it again. Come on, guys. If you guys voted again, we'll do it again, but I'm not trying to do it again. I just did 9 laps of it. I'm good. I'm in no endurance racing type mood right now. If you wanted to want to do that, catch me on a different day. Speaking of which, though, I'd love to do some more endurance races. Have to set some up. I just, Gran Turismo isn't the best game for endurance racing. It can have good races, but the game is definitely meant for the more, I'd say, 20 to, or not even that, like 5 to, 5 to 30-minute races is like the ideal length of a Gran Turismo race, in my opinion. But I love endurance racing in general, so I'd probably do it in almost any racing game. Maybe not like Mario Kart or Crash Team Racing, but you get my point. I think the best endurance racing game for consoles, and it's not like specifically a game made for it, but it has the best endurance racing, would be Project Cars 2. One, it's got that dynamic weather and changing time of day, so it keeps the environment fresh, and it actually feels, you get a lot more immersed for sure. So I'd love to set up some PC2 endurance races. That'd be really fun, actually. I need to start streaming like Assetto Corsa and PC2 more often, because I've been enjoying those games a little bit more lately. Of course I enjoy Gran Turismo, but I can't play it as long as I used to. Like, I'm already like ready to, yeah, it's almost been 3 hours. Probably call it a day after a couple more races. My attention span with this game is not what it used to be. And it's not just because we're doing the same class. That's just for consistency's sake. But I'm also actually getting pretty hungry, I'm not gonna lie. That is a factor. Tempted to go with the 911 here, but I know it wouldn't really be the best option. You need power at this track. You need a power. Screw it. Going with the Macca. Wormanizer, if you're listening, it was great to see you again. Sorry I missed your message, buddy. I didn't miss it, but I didn't get to reply to it. So there's my reply. Quite a few different types of cars. That's another thing that I love about Group 3. Or, well, that's a thing. It's not like I was listening to them, Jesus. The fact that there's so many different types of cars in Group 3, yet they all, for the most part, are pretty balanced. Whereas, like, in Group 1, you got Group C cars mixed with modern LMP cars. Like, it's a little crazy. I just think Group 3 is the most competitive class, maybe, is the best way of saying it. Skull Rush, what's up, man? Yeah, I definitely think I'll be doing more PC2 in the future. Just because, as much as I love Assetto, the lobby system in that game is pretty crap. So it would be a lot smoother. Well, actually, for endurance racing, Assetto would actually be pretty good. Because it does have time progression. It just only goes from like 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. or something like that. Something weird like that. There's no actual nighttime. In the PS4 version, of course. But yeah, the lobby system in Assetto would actually work out great for endurance racing, because you can only set up one race and one selection of cars. And then if you want to change, you have to make a whole nother room. So for endurance racing, it wouldn't be too bad. But for like open lobbies like this, Assetto is really tough, because you just have to keep making new lobbies. Keep having to select. You have to select every single car that is gonna race in that lobby. So that gets a little time consuming and a little old. Oh yeah, I was gonna say usually around the 3-hour mark is when the lobby starts having issues. So I'll probably do like one or two more races after this one. I'm gonna call it a night, because one, I'm hungry, and two, I have some family in town. I need to go say what's up to them. Haven't seen them in a minute. I'm gonna start in the back for this one, just because I'm not the best here. I don't want to be mid-pack. I'd rather be in the back. Hashtag family first. I can't do it. I hate this track. It's a tough one, man. It is a love it or hate it type track, I feel like. Although, that said, I'm kind of in the middle, so maybe not. I don't love it, I don't hate it. But I feel like for most people, they either love it or hate it. Me, I'm in the middle, but it's just the track limits on this this one are a little vague. No worries, Chase Cam pleb. Whoa. What the hell? I think so too, yeah. The faster the car here, the more fun it is, for sure. Slow cars here is not fun. On the short course, they're actually pretty fun, but on the full GP circuit, definitely not. It's such like an acceleration heavy track that if you don't have a lot of power, it just gets kind of boring. I agree. that was exactly, that was that PD polish, bro. I just start it. Usually like to say something before I start it, but meh. Me and Putt Putt have swapped chassis layouts. he's FR now I'm MR. Last race it was the opposite. What's the word for that? Is it? Oh yeah, probably drivetrain. Not chassis. Like, what are those abbreviations? Oh, Slam. You almost recovered from that. It's so easy to spin out right there. Gave such the slightest little punt. Oh, you're fine, Slim. That was the nicest punt I've ever seen. Just like slightly push them a little wide. I feel I could almost hear you going, sorry, sorry, sorry. It's really easy to brake too late there. Don't beat yourself up about it. I've done it plenty of times. Yeah, it's a little much to ask though. For some reason, it's just on this track it can't be done. There's a minimum of one punt at the Red Bull Ring, I feel like. Nope. See, I almost spun there too. It's not even if you just go wide there, the tarmac there can be slippery as well. Strong move. But fair, I'll give it to him. Yeah, exactly. There's always at least one, right? And it's usually not on purpose, to be fair. That Aston looks good. Love that livery. Oh man, that was close. I hate that corner with all my heart. Like, I do not really mind this track. I don't love it, but that first corner just bothers the crap out of me. Ooh, we had a little contact between Pandy and I think that was Krona. Oops. Double shifted on accident. Yeah, uphill turns usually are not easy, that's true. It's not so much that I don't like about it, it's more the runoff area. It's like there's so much of it that you just are kind of, you know, you're kind of, it feels like you're encouraged to go wide there, especially in this game. The penalties are weird on that corner. It just feels like it should be, there should be a wall on the other side, which might not make it past certain regulations or whatever, but I don't know, it's strange. Well, usually elevation change in general can be challenging, you know? That's why I usually prefer tracks that aren't super flat. Like, if this track was completely flat, it would probably be the most boring track ever. The fact that it has elevation changes are what makes it interesting. In my opinion, that is. Turn 2 is super sharp, it's crazy. I almost want to see it in real life just so I can be like, oh yeah, it really is that sharp. Like, you can see, obviously, on, like, streams or TV or video games, but seeing it in real life, there's something about that, you know, especially, like, with NASCAR tracks, you don't realize how steep those banked curves are until you actually go look at one. I had a feeling I might get a penalty for that. Gonna say if it was deserved or not, but I'm gonna test that right there. Do I get a penalty for that? Okay, I do. Alright, fair enough. I feel like you used to be able to get away with that. Oh, I broke way too early. Sorry, Nino. Nino. That was my bad, bro. Broke too late. Yeah, probably gonna call it a night after this next race. I'm not driving my best today. I just wanted to get on, have some good racing. Glad y'all decided to join me, and I apologize I'm not on my A game today, but just want to hang out with y'all. If not for a little bit. I should say, if not for a while, a little bit at least. The only NASCAR track I've been to is... Oh, I broke way too late there. The only NASCAR track I've ever been to is Auto Club Speedway in Fontana. Our California Speedway. I'm trying to think if there's any other ones in Cali. I don't think there are. At least not like major ones. But yeah, those are pretty steep, but I'm feeling Talladega's are much steeper. Oh man, my driving is such crap. I mean, not like, it could be a lot worse, don't get me wrong. Oh yeah, Bristol. The real life version of Northern Iowa. Oh, come on. There we go. That's how you take that corner. Oh, nope. That's not how you take that one, though. To be fair, this isn't my most consistent car that I drive, but I have such a soft spot for it that I don't really care. Okay. I don't think I've ever been to the Vegas track, but I was born in Las Vegas. Moved to San Diego when I was 5, so if I did, I probably don't remember. And I've never been to EDC, so... Not really my type of festival, but I might try and go one year. Oh, I forgot to change the laps again, but that's alright, because 9 laps is actually kind of a good number for this track. I think 8 might have been better, but that's alright. I usually do the Nordschleife or the Nürburgring 24-hour for the last track, but you guys can vote for whatever you want for the last race. I am way too out of it for the Nürburgring. Nice. Yeah, Vegas is an interesting place. Of course, the Strip, but there's a lot more of Vegas than the Strip. Most people just think of the Strip. My family and I used to go to Lake Mead all the time. That was like our thing. We had a boat, a small little, like, wakeboardy type boat. And things were a lot cheaper over there, that's for sure. Once we moved back to San Diego, we didn't keep the boat for very much longer. And that wasn't the only reason, though. We just kind of started to move away from the boat life. Although I kind of miss going to, like, the river and lakes and stuff like that. It's cool. Oh my gosh, the penalties right there are so dumb. Lake Mead, yeah. I hear Lake Mead is not what it used to be in terms of the amount of lake there is. I hear it's sizing down, which is sad, but it is a reality we must face. Yeah, the Hoover Dam. Good racing, Chris. Boy, I is rusty. Yeah, me too. I'm not necessarily rusty, I'm just kind of driving not as good as I could be. Yeah, it's drying out. It's crazy. That was a rare appearance from Def Son. I don't see him very often, as much as I used to. He races in a lot of leagues, and well, not a lot, but I think he does a lot more league racing than he did when I raced with him. I mean, and what I mean by that is I used to see him in my lobbies quite a bit more than I do these days. But it's always a pleasure. He's a good guy. And a good person to measure your skills against. Like, he's probably one of the most consistent drivers that I know of. He doesn't make a whole lot of mistakes. He's not, like, necessarily the fastest guy, although he is super quick. But, like, relative to the other, you know, aliens, he's more about consistency, which, for me, is... I think, for me, what I look for in a driver to be, like, a fan of is consistency. I don't like people who... I don't mean, like, I don't like them. I don't really... I'm not a huge fan of people that can only do, like, hot laps. You know what I'm saying? Everyone's got different things they look for in drivers. That's the main thing I look for. Yeah, I'm a Vegas baby. I only lived there for 5 years ish of my life, but and like the first 5 years of my life, so I barely remember it. Is everyone bailing out? Oh, I forgot to see. What was that guy's intro? Might be too far back. Yeah, it's too far back. Alright, yeah, this is gonna be the last race. And it's not going to be 9 laps, that's for sure. Do 5. Him and Lloyd's are the only 2 Canadians that beat me consistently. Yeah. They're both fast drivers in this game for sure. I haven't seen Lloyd's in a while actually. But then again, I don't do like a whole lot of sport modes, so I don't see the fast guys like a whole lot, and while I could race with them on this account, I don't have the speed that I used to keep up with them. So it'd be a waste of my time, honestly, unless I practiced a whole lot. That's why I just use other accounts for sport mode, because I'm not, as much as I, you know, can like kind of sort of hang with most of the A+ drivers, it's a different world these days. The A+ drivers are so much faster than they used to be. What should I use for my last race? I think we know what it's gonna be. Something I can handle. Oh yeah. We got the other version of this livery. This is the same livery I was rocking on my McLaren. I need to meet Defsun so I can recruit him to my jump car racing team. He does a lot of racing, so don't be upset if he doesn't want to. But at the same time, I have no idea what you mean by chump car. I definitely have heard that term before, but I'm struggling to remember what that means. Yeah, he hasn't been on GTS lately. Yeah, he and I think quite a few of the other fast guys that used to be on the top split all the time have kind of just like Doodle. I haven't seen Doodle racing much, and I think it's because, you know, I think a lot of people realize how much time they spend on this game, and that includes myself. There was a point where I spent way too much time on this game, but I'd say it was worth it because it was a lot of fun. And, you know, in a game's heyday, if you love the game and you want to enjoy it to the fullest, you want to be there when it's, you know, at its peak. And I think, unfortunately, this game is on the decline. But the fact that it lasted, you know, as long as it has, it still has a pretty loyal fan base. The fact that it's lasted this long in this day and age is pretty impressive. Most games don't really stand up to the test of time these days. But I think there's something different about racing games compared to most games. I think it's because, especially with this game, it's easy to learn, tough to master, which is one of the best traits you can have in a racing game. But at the same time, I think this game has done itself a huge disservice with the whole lobby system problems. for me, that was one of the main things that drove me away from it, was they completely ignore the lobby. I mean, not completely, but pretty much for the most part, all the changes they do revolve around sport mode, so I think that was probably the biggest downfall of this game, in my opinion. I'm sure others will disagree, because there are other problems with this game, unfortunately. Yeah, putt-putt used to be insanely quick, but is another driver I don't think really plays the game a whole lot, or at least as much as they used to, I should say. Yeah, I figured it was a racing series. What do you mean, though? Is it like a... Oh, you are putt-putt. Oh my god. Sorry, Chris. I just realized. Or, well, you just schooled me, because I had no idea, to be honest with you. Good racing, though, with you earlier, man. You're pretty young, right? I remember, I think Def Son told me you're one of the younger guys that plays this game. I don't mean that in a bad way. That, if anything, that's probably that's a cooler thing to have on, like, if you're, I don't know, it's kind of hard to say, because if you're like 18 beating a 60-year-old, then yeah, of course, but like, you know, an 18-year-old beating a 25-year-old, there's something cool about that. Like in F1, you know, seeing all these young guys do well, there's something cool about that. I should have realized that, though, Chris, my bad. I am putt-putt. Oh my god. That was classic. Alright, let me throw a little starting soon. I was about to say, Chris was talking like I knew that he was putt-putt, but I had no idea. You may have told me that in the past, and I apologize if I forgot, but honestly, I had no clue. But yeah, what is Trump Car? Is it like a like, is it a one make type series? Is it a bunch of different type classes? Is it like, I'm just curious. So that way, if I run into Defy again and you're not there, I can bring it up to him. I'm sure he would be interested. Grassroots endurance racing. Okay. So like, is it for chumps? Oh, you mean in real life? You're not talking about Gran Turismo. Oh, that's awesome. Shoot, I don't know. I've talked to Defy a little bit, but I don't even know if he has a look up Team Part Out on Instagram. Okay, will do, man. Let me do this race first, because I'm exhausted. I just want to get it over with. Not that I don't want to do it, I do. It's just I'm getting tired. I gotta race now before I fall asleep. Actually, not fall asleep, before I die of hunger. I'm starving. But yeah, I'll look that up for sure, and I'll have to hop in Def Son's party one of these days, because he usually has like a voice chat party, and I'll have to ask him if he's interested, because I would love to see Defy racing in an actual car. That would be so cool. That's something I want to do with my car, although it's my daily, so it's hard to be like, I also kind of got to take care of it. But maybe down the road, once I can afford maybe like a project car or something like that. But I'm not too sure how far away you guys are from each other. You might already know, but Canada's a big country, so I'm not too sure. I can't remember exactly what part of Canada Duffy's from. I'm not sure if he's in your hood, but you might already know, so. I love Lamp. What's up, Patrick? Do you really love Lamp, or are you just naming things that you're saying? Or that you're seeing? Damn it, I almost nailed the quote. Oh, he's in the same city? Cool. Yeah, then definitely. You have to see if he's interested. Yeah, that'd be awesome. They should kind of do it how they used to do GT Academy, where you could make it into real cars, you know? It'd be cool to see like the finalists of this season all like racing it on an actual track. That would be pretty cool. I really wonder. Well, you gotta remember, I guess, that Igor Fraga, at least to my knowledge, is the only person who has actual racing experience. So I imagine him probably just sweeping the field. But regardless, that would still be cool to watch. I'm sure there would be some surprises from drivers that maybe aren't as quick in-game, but they could be, you know, lightning quick in real life. Because maybe they have more balls. It's easy to have balls in a video game, but in real life, that's a whole different story. So is your Civic like fully track spec? It's got like cage and everything? Or you said it's grassroots, so is it just like straight up cars taken off the street? I'm not sure. I should know, but I'm not exactly sure what grassroots means when it comes to racing. When I think of grassroots racing, I think of Goodwood and old cars. That is true, Patrick. That is something a lot of people don't give him credit for. Good point. I can't lose to a Beetle. I just can't. All those Top Gear jokes. I won't stand for it. I'm in the 911 if you if you didn't know. That's why I say that. I should just drive the 911 all the time. I'm just so much better in this car. And this is a good track for the car, but still. I probably should just only drive this car because it's the one car I don't make a fool out of myself in. My ego will not stand for losing to a Beetle. I'm only kidding. Or am I? That was funny, Patrick. That was good. Well, that's way too wide. There's no way he's getting that. What? How did he do that? That Beetle's got some cheating. It's cheating. There's something wrong with it. Okay, there he goes. It's like, look, call me a Beetle one more time. Yeah. Maybe in 1960s. In the 1960s. Grammar. Player Pab, what's up, man? Good to see you. Yeah, it has been a while, man. Things are good. Things are good. My driving is not as good as it used to be, in this game at least. But, yeah. Unfortunately, this is my last race for the night. I know it's early for you, but it's not late here, but it's getting to be about dinner time, and I got some family in town, so I'm gonna be heading out pretty soon here. But I'm glad you stopped by, man. It's good to see you. How are things with you, my friend? Yeah, I think I'm probably just gonna stick to the 911 and GT Sport from now on. This is the best I've driven all night. uh, I don't know what it is, but me and Porsches, we just work together. Place of J, no. Oh man. It's good to see you, buddy, but I gotta go. Hate to say it. Yeah, I hear you on that one, Pab. I hear you on that one. It's hard to complain, though. We're alive, right? If you want, we could do one more, Pab, if you can get in here. But honestly, I'm like, I'm so out of it. I don't even know how I drove that well. There's just something about that car that forgives me or something. Yeah, it's already, yeah, because if I keep going, I'll probably I'll probably end up missing my aunt and uncle who are over at my mom's place right now. So I gotta cruise over there and say what's up to them because they're in town for. I'm not sure if they're in town tomorrow or not, and I don't want to be wrong and miss them. So as much as I'd love to race with you guys or keep racing with you guys, gotta call it a night. Yeah, I'll definitely try and do another one soon. But also, like I was saying earlier, I do want to stream some more Project Cars too, and some more Assetto Corsa as well, because I've just been enjoying those games a little bit more. I just love coming back to Gran Turismo to hang out with all the homies, and the racing is, it's still good as always. So yeah, family first. Agreed. You only get one family, right? So yeah, that's gonna do it. That's gonna do it. Even if you lost to the Beetle, it's okay. It's the poor man's Porsche. Yeah, I guess so, huh? I was gonna say if anything's the poor man's Porsche, it's probably my IRL car, the GTI. But there aren't any front-wheel drive Porsches, so at least that I know of or want to know of. Yeah, that's exactly it, Patrick. I mean, I love that game. It's just, well, to be fair, the lobbies are, considerably more populated than the Assetto Corsa lobbies, so that's saying something. Most of the lobbies in Assetto Corsa are just drift lobbies, which shoot me. I don't hate drifting. It's just like, that's not my style. It used to be when I was 12. No offense, drifters. But yeah, let's shoot for another stream sometime next week. I'm gonna be busy this weekend with work, but definitely try and get at least one. I want to try and do. My goal is to try and do one lobby in each game every week. One in Assetto, one in Project Cars, and one in this game. I think that would be like a cool, consistent, um, like a cool, like diverse, um, what's the word I'm looking for? Stream schedule. Uh, Plus, I have some cool thumbnails that Pandy made me for those two games. It's funny. I've never asked Pandy to make me a thumbnail for GT Sport lobbies, but for some reason I had him make me ones for Assetto Corsa and Project Cars 2, and I've done like most of my channel is Gran Turismo, so it's funny how that is. But anyways, yeah, I'll catch you all later. Thanks for joining. Thanks for racing with me. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being a cool person. I will talk to y'all on Discord, because most of you are on Discord. If you're not, what are you doing? um, let's see. What else? Is there anything else I want to say before I head out? Yeah, Pandy, if you just want to make one, like, that would be fine, man. I don't need to get fancy. Just one little thumbnail would be cool, but no rush on that. I think what's funny is much more of my passion goes towards music, but I have more of a following on video games. So maybe I need to switch passions, but um, I'm not worried about it at all, is what I'm trying to say. I appreciate you doing it at all. Yeah, Des. Um, I appreciate you saying that, because it's usually just me thanking Pandy. I appreciate that. But yeah, you guys have a good night. Um, as far as the Aussies go, have a good day. Um, and I guess if there are any Europeans still sticking around, have a good morning. Um, yeah, I don't think there's. I feel like I always feel like there's something I want to say, and I always forget. Like right when I end the stream, I'm like, oh, I wanted to say that, but screw it. That's gonna do it. I'm trying to think of another rhyme. I got nothing. um, yeah, have a good one, guys. I will talk to you soon. Thanks again for watching, and thanks again for racing. I do appreciate it. Many appreciates. Have a good one, guys. And as always, well, not as always, but I'm gonna start. After today is gonna be as always. Stay classy. No, I hate it. I can't. I've been trying to think of a good like exit or a good outro, like a good last thing to say for ages, but I can't think of anything. So I'm just gonna say bye. Bye, guys.